In a world where we see gold diggers are not to go for, in a world that we think gold diggers are toxic, and we see so many YouTube shows and so many TikTok videos how the gold diggers can ruin people's life, there are sweet gold diggers.
There are sweet gold diggers.
There are good ones, there are better ones. And I would like to say myself as a gold digger. But the difference is, them gold diggers dig gold within them. And the right people, the friends, and the close knit and close circle, they know them. They work day in, day out. They take the grit, they understand the opportunities, and they just grab them. So today, this journey is going to unleash the ways of finding yourself, myself, the best sources of income that we can generate through our skill sets, through our talent, and through our findings. So stay tuned and let's find out how to be a good gold digger and be that gold digger that you love and the rest of the world loves. See, people got different walks of life, right? Your walk of life will be totally different from mine. But there is one thing in similar. We all had one thing in common, and that is that one step, that first step that we took to go out of our comfort zone. Now, you can be a student just out of the uni, or you can be an apprentice who's looking for your next challenge, or you can be an employee, but you just want your next challenge. You are that bored, you want to go for another job. Or maybe you are someone who just want to start a business for yourself, and you don't know where to start. But just to let you know, all these sources, all these informations are within our fingertips. It's just that attempt that we need to take. It's like you got sugar, you got milk, you got tea or coffee, but it won't make itself. But it's all about us taking that step, going out of the sofa and put the water in the kettle and boil it and get it done. So just like that, there are recipes that we actually can bring into play. Now, I just need to let you know that these recipes, some of them are my first-hand experiences that I learned through my life, and some of them are actually the experiences that I learned as second-hand experiences. However, all these things that I'm going to discover in here, I'm going to introduce in here, may not work for you. They work for me, but they may not work for you. But what you can do is, you should not copy and paste exactly what I'm saying, but you can always look into the opportunities. So I'll try to be more generic as I can be, so it can be more helpful for you guys. So the first thing I would like to look into is finding that new skill, finding that niche that we love to have in our lives. As an example, we all have that passion. When I was small, I always wanted to be an announcer. I wanted to be a journalist. So I saw that opportunity, but at the same time, I realized if I am to follow that, there won't be enough foundation for me in the country that I was living, which was Sri Lanka. So I chose to study software engineering and IT. But then I still follow that dream when the opportunity is presented. So just like that, when you find your niche, maybe you are very good at designing, maybe you are very good at photography. So give yourself an opportunity to unleash the next step. So I always think, if you are interested in a subject and you are doubting that you don't have that skill set, the best thing is gain that skill set. So the time that we used to say, do you have a university degree? Do you have a postgrad? Do you have a PhD? That is more like an obsolete theory, because most of the companies now, they look into the skill set, and at the same time they look into culture and the passion that you have within you, because most of the companies will offer you the on-the-job training, because they focus more on 70, 20, 10. They want to grow you to be the best that they want to see within their blueprint. So use that opportunity. If you are in a workplace, just reach out to HR and ask, what are the training opportunities that are available, what are the internal training opportunities, and what are the external training opportunities. Most of the companies will have access to Microsoft free learning resources and certifications, and then some of the companies may have access to Pluralsight, some of them will have access to Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, so use them. And at the same time, there are external training providers. So in my case, one of the companies that I used to work, they always had this opportunity for me to go outside and learn. They even gave you hours for your studies. So what I did was I found my niche. I was more into learning and development. So I said, I'd like to follow CIPD qualification. So I achieved my CIPD level 5 qualification for learning and development. Now, with the current job I got, I have made a request that I should have level 7 CIPD, which is chartered qualification for learning and development as well. So the chances, the opportunities are there. Sometimes you may not tap them. So make sure you tap them opportunities because they are yours to grab. One way or another, you may stay in the company for the next 10 years to come, or you're not. But at the end of the day, all them qualifications, all them exams that you get, they are the qualifications under your belt. And then use the social media influencers like LinkedIn to provide feedback about your CIPD learning, and always make sure you update your profile with the qualifications that you achieve, because that LinkedIn is a big source that the job hunters, the recruiters are looking for. And make sure you have a good set of followers, so that in that way the recruiters will highlight how many followers you have as well. So treat it in the same way that you treat your Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. In that way you give a strong presence for yourself on LinkedIn. And the second thing is, let's say you are currently a student fresh out of the university, you are just looking for your next challenge, but it looks like most of the companies say graduate opportunities, but when you apply for them, all the time the one thing that they would say to you is like, you don't have that experience. But what you can do is, there are opportunities. So in my early years as a graduate, what I used to do is I used to apply for voluntary jobs within charities and some other companies which offered you the experience. So when that happens, that will help you a lot, because if you are doing another job, let's say a job that is supporting you for your income, that's fine, carry on doing that. But at the same time, the voluntary jobs for the companies, charity companies, you can always do them in the weekend as well. Now, it can be a pain, it can be a tough ask, but at the same time, it's worth embracing a few weeks or few months of that toughness to achieve that experience behind your belt, so that you can apply for your next graduate job, and you can say, yes, I have gone beyond, and I've found a job. I didn't get paid for it, but I just did it for experience. So now I can prove my commitment in that way. So it's a positive thing to do. And at the same time, let's say there are so many young people. I've met so many young people throughout the business that I have. There are so many things that you can do when you hire them. As the employers, you can always provide them the opportunities to grow. And as a new starter, what you can do is, while doing a job like that, you can always apply to find ways of finding your passion. Like a great starting point would be Udemy or LinkedIn Learning. Now, when it comes to LinkedIn Learning, it is only coming with LinkedIn Professional, so you have to have that subscription. But the positive side of it is LinkedIn allows you to go for a free trial for the 30 days. Now, if you have that very brave passion and the capacity, what you can do is one of the things that you want to study, let's say Photoshop, a course for C# or Python development, or let's say leadership and skills, or coaching, first aid experience. All these things are available on LinkedIn. You just need to search it within your pro profile within 30 days, find it and do it, and then you can cancel the subscription. Not to do that, because LinkedIn Professional is worth to have if you have a job, but if you haven't secured, that's an option. So within 30 days you can finish the course, and LinkedIn even will endorse you with a certificate that you have achieved it, so you can apply for the job with confidence. Now, when it comes to Udemy always offers you courses, and then I think their licenses will expire within 2 years. So you got 2 years time to learn. So I'll tell you one thing that I did with Udemy. I was into learning and development in my early days. So I was very much interested in learning management systems. So I knew how to administer the learning and management systems, but there's one thing that was missing, and that was how to create SCORM files. SCORM files is something that you bring into the learning and management systems these days that helps you to do gamification. So what I had to do was I just paid £15 for Udemy. There was this course about Storyline and Storyline Plus. So I did it, and it was worth studying. £15 and 2 years access, and finishing that course, I felt good. So there are opportunities. Once you've done that, what you can do is you can actually apply for the jobs. Now, while you are waiting for the jobs, the next killer would be that you may not get selected to a job straight away. You may have like 4, 5, 6, 7, even 10 interviews lined up. Every time it'll be a headshot whenever you get that call from the recruiter, or when you open your inbox and see, I didn't get that job. I went for that interview. I think it went really well, but at the same time, it hasn't. Now, how to dig your goal? Always use that opportunity, because you have that experience. You had a course with Udemy. You learn how to do Photoshop. Till you find that job, don't give it up. Apply for the jobs every day. Submit at least 100 resumes on all the profiles like Total Jobs, LinkedIn, and then Indeed, Read, all these websites. Just submit them. So then it will increase your chances. While doing that, what you can do is there are apps like Fiverr. So on Fiverr, you can put a post that you are happy to do graphic design for a small business. So in that way, you will get at least 2-3 calls, and you can earn a bit of money during that time that you are job hunting as well. Now, another thing would be an exciting thing. This I used to do, and that is building websites for small businesses. Now, it should come with your customer services skill, how you approach the small businesses. You should have that confidence to reach out to your local businesses, and especially this is a good time. Every time people say, inflation is not a good time to start business, COVID is not a good time to start businesses, I will prove them wrong. And I promise you, in one of the videos, I'm gonna bring out one of the stories, a success story of COVID that I can show you from my own business, how it was in 0 level, and how I was able to bring it up to a level that I was so happy, and we were generating good money from that business. So let's leave it for another video, but today let's try to find out what kind of things that we can do today to dig better gold within yourself. Now, approach the businesses and tell them what you are capable of. At the same time, show them the stats on Google that other businesses, they got ratings, and other businesses, they are doing really good. Because I'm pretty sure there are so many local pubs, there are so many local steakhouses, and then there are so many takeaways in your local area who are not even using internet, who are not even using Google. So creating that Google profile and creating that website for them will be a great thing for you to start and earn money. Because I always think you should just not produce a product. Things like projects, you can finish them. But when it comes to websites, it can be a software as a service. Now, it cannot be a software that you build, but it can be a third-party software. But it's always good to have a continuous source of income. So building the website for the businesses will help you to build the website. So you can, they will have to make an initial payment to you. But at the same time, you can say, I'm going to continue, keeping up your news feed and keeping up your menu, and always keeping the people up to date with your newsletter. So because of that, there will be a subscription fee of £5. So £5 a month, anyone would take it. And a website building for £250, anyone would take it. Because local businesses, they really want the crowds coming now. If they want crowd any day, that is today. Because we are going through inflation, we are having a tantrum after post-COVID and lockdowns. So we need that momentum. For them to pick that momentum, this is the greatest time for you to walk in confidently through their front door and pitching what you are capable of achieving for them. So that is another opportunity. Now, let's say, I'm not that studious, and I don't want to put extra effort into studying something, there are more opportunities. These are my second-hand experiences actually. Now, let's say you have a house, and in your house you got like 2-3 rooms, but there is one spare room at the moment you are using for your study room. But what you can do is, if you can find a little bit space in your living room, you can actually shift the things in your study room, so that can be your working from home station area. So that one spare room, you can always rent it out through homestay. So when you are saying renting it out, it is not on a monthly basis. So you control the days that you are going to provide the service for people who are coming in and out. So on homestay app, you can go and select. So what will happen is you can define the price. If you are in a town area, that'd be more beneficial. If your house is closer to a train station, bus station, or an airport, that'd be beneficial. That'd be bonus. So that's another opportunity that you got. So turning that one room into a money-making machine. So that's how you dig gold. And another way would be, I work from home, but I work a couple of days a week in my workplace. So I have to drive down to Surrey. So when I drive down to Surrey, it is an area where you can park freely for like a couple of hours, but for the rest of the hours you have to pay. That can be really expensive. So I look into the opportunities or options that I got to park my car. So then I realized there's this site came up called Just Park. So Just Park is, let's say you have a house, you have a big garden, and you don't use any cars. So you have space, you have driveway. What you can do is you can turn them driveways into a money-making machine. So in the areas like Surrey, in the areas like London, people are really struggling to find affordable parking spaces. Now, when I say affordable, £20 a day is affordable when you check the rest of the parking spaces and their charges. So there are so many places, so many people who use Just Park and put their driveway available for the drivers to come and park. They charge £20 a day. That works. Now, that is you generating extra income. Now, anyone can say you are a gold digger, but I guarantee you this: you will be a good gold digger to sit next to. You will be a great gold digger, a sweet gold digger to sit next to. You know why? Because you don't poke anyone else. You don't disturb anyone else. You don't knock your friends' houses and say, can I borrow this much money? But instead, you find your passion, you find your inspiration, you find your capabilities, you unleash your potential. If not, you will use opportunities like Just Park or Homestay to make more money. So in them ways, you can always have that extra layer of security, because the jobs that we do, they cannot be guaranteed. We know what happened during the COVID, and we know what can happen in a time of inflation. Now, think about a desk with one leg. If you break that leg, that desk will be useless. But a desk with 4 legs, if you break one leg, that desk will be wobbled, but it will still stay there. So just like that, always have extra sources of income. Be that gold digger that you love and that you can be confident. So in that way, you can win the world. You can find your potential. You can feel secured. I'll catch you on another video on another day. Enjoy and stay brave and say yes.